Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, July 31st, 2017. Let's get started. So basically, we can't really do much more than the Cathedral at this point in time, so we're going to do the Cathedral, which would be the last little bit of chunks for CrossStream. A little bit of chunk, what? A little bit of content for CrossStreams. This is bugging me. There we are. Which means that it would be time to... Well, besides that, really all I need to do is like have a escape menu for people to leave the game. If I even care about that at that point. I mean, it's a proof of concept. Right? The interface is going to get completely replaced. Anyway. So, if you're new to the stream, let's show you what's going on. So this is the level we've been working on. It's the big one. The other two are pretty easy to take care of. A little hot today. Oh. And the way I had it was, this is the only thing that's off axis. So, and of course we're gonna go to see the waterfall because it's awesome. If I do say so myself. Happy Monday, everyone, which is something that people love to say. Yeah, we go over this way. Still don't know what's going on with the baking, but that's gonna be something I'm probably gonna want to do off stream. Which means I can't do it until... I don't think that's in distance. Which means I can't do it until after the demo. So what we need to do is, well, so we had last time was adding in the castle bit right here. Probably could have done a little bit more, had it a bit further out. So it'd be a little bit less barren over here, but, you know. There's other things I could fill in, like with, you know, pillars or something like that to, you know, walk, like to progress forward with. I can figure out several things I can do with it. But that won't be the initial release. What we need to do now is this big old chunk right here. Everything else has something enough covering it that it can be good for a demo, and people get a good idea of the art style. I gotta do a lot of things to fix up this map, though. Like the floors need to be done with actual geometry, not just messed up cubes. Should be quick to do, but non-stream. Maybe I want to have some variation in the houses as well at some point. The big thing's going to be replacing all these tiles, though. First off, making them lower polygon, because this is a little too much for the aesthetic I want. And also, secondly, to batch them into groups, so I have much fewer draw calls. Because there's no reason why, I mean, for a camera like this, no big deal, because you can only see like under 1,000 draw calls. Unreal Engine 4 can laugh at that, it's not bad at all. But when you're in VR and you can see across the level, it just tanks your performance. You're going down to under 30 on a high-end i7 with at 4.2 or so gigahertz with a GTX 1080. That's not acceptable. Although in that case, the bottleneck would be CPU, so the 1080 wouldn't matter. So if we drop a lot of these, it's fine, but then I need to make a material that allows me to add and subtract these at will, right? Means it needs to be translucent, however that's not necessarily going to be a big deal because we're not shader bound in any way or overdraw bound, we're draw call bound. And the biggest problem is going to be getting data into the material. Which the material can just be an Uber shader that takes care of everything, but you'd still need to, for each individual tile, choose whether it's visible or invisible, choose whether it's in range, out of range, hovered, selected, kill or eat. Well, that's, you know, how many booleans for, let's say, 64 tiles in the batch. You get a lot of data coming in. I mean, you don't get a lot of data coming in. You got so 64 by 64 bits, so 1 0, like 1 0. So that's 2 32-bit values. Okay, that's good. If we can do integer calculations. Okay, so assuming we have the ability to do whatever operation we want just with the amount of data. So 64, if we do 8 by 8, 64 would be 2 32 values. And that would be for everything we need, so so whether it's enabled, in range, out of range, hovered, selected, move, and eat. And then maybe special tile as well, that could be another one we could do. Let's actually add it there as a special. I can't spell special. Wow. Okay. It's been a couple long days, weeks. Anyway, right, so that's in terms of 32-bit values, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 16 32-bit values. Not too big a deal. That would be, again, assuming that we can use it efficiently, that wouldn't be much at all. But can we, right? Like, you know. And that would be for each cluster of 64 tiles, which would be 128, I think. Oh, that would be because we're including the Orin, which would also be 64 clusters. So 64 by 64 is 49, 64 because that's a 64 by 64 level. There we are. Okay. So we'd have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 16 times 4 bytes times 64 is only 4 kilobytes, which is very small compared to PCI Express bandwidth, of course. And that would be only if we have to update all of them at any given time. We don't need to do that. We only have to update a handful of them. Mind you, that's per frame, so if we want to do it at like 200 frames per second, we have to multiply that by 200. Actually, let's do that. So under a megabyte per second. Alternatively, we can just update a texture, but I'm not sure how quick it is to update a texture in Unreal Engine. But that's all. First off, this is all stuff I don't have to think about till after the demo, right? When we're going to launch demo, we're going to launch it on PC and get good enough performance without that. We do have broken lighting, but as you can see with the mouse cursor up here. But I'm not going to be able to fix that without taking it offline, so we're just going to launch with broken lighting. I mean, this is what it looks like. Which means you shouldn't have to watch me sit through. You shouldn't have to sit through and watch me build lighting anymore, because I can't anyway, right? Or actually, 240. That's not all of them. So what ones are breaking? I don't know. Maybe I do have to do build lighting for the ones that... Because I think this number's been there even though I added a couple more assets. So maybe new assets are coming in that are not broken, but there are just some that are. Anyway, long story short, what we need to do today, and probably a bit tomorrow, is this. So we're gonna go in the editor. Okay, I'll fix that later. I'll probably let that slide. Because again, I want to ship the demo. I don't want to waste my time. Okay, so let's open up Photoshop. Create new. Okay, and then we'll screenshot. Screenshot this. There we are. Okay. So this is going to be our kind of blueprint for that. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 by probably 13. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so 13 by 15, because there's this block here. So we need 13 by 15, well, 15 by 15, 13 by 13, 2 by 2, right? So in Blender, we're going to quickly open up the base one. Cool. We're going to grab all of these. Delete them all. Yeah, I'll save it as base, sure, why not? We have it in plenty of other files. No need to keep it in this one too. I was originally leaving it there, planning that if I had some issue, I can overlay it onto that, but it turns out I can just go from the level editor and count the number of tiles. Thankfully, we're a turn-based strategy, and get a similar result. Yeah, these are building fine with lighting. So what is not building? I know these guys aren't building, I don't know why. So one of the problems is the new change of stack meshes. Could mean that I actually can't have actors in the level. That have that, which is fine, because I mean, all I do is attach the tile state anyway. So I might end up having a value in the level. I'm not sure if it would be in the level blueprint or what. That would, or if I do a, you know, a level manager again or whatever, that would have the tile states as an array associated with it, and have that be driven by, and have that drive stack mesh displays in the world. The nice thing about having actors in the level, though, is it makes it easier to modify it in the editor. You can just be like, visually, I want this one to change, I want this one to change, I want this one to change. As opposed to trying to do it some other interface way, right? I'll have to think about that. Again, that's all after the demo, so. And all that's for performance, mostly for VR, also a little bit because the light map seems to be freaking out. Maybe I will have actors in the level. Make it easier to make maps. In all cases, it's just kind of a bit of a kludge. I can. All right, let's not even think about that anymore. Let's just do our work. Right. So we're gonna add mesh cube. Z is gonna be 50 centimeters because that's how much we have for our road, and it's gonna be 3 per side, so it's gonna be 15 by 15. Times 3 would be 45 meters by 45 meters. And then on one side, we're going to have to notch in 2, which would be 6. So, edit mode. Subdivide. So we're going to grab here, snap there, then go back. Okay, now we're going to go here, grab you, dissolve edges, because we actually want to have this be like that. Again, I'm not sure how this is gonna rotate. I could stop and think about it, but what's the fun in that? So, so what we're gonna do is just gonna, you know, have it be like that. So now I need to cut in some holes. I should probably cut it into pieces, have the outer part here be one, the inner part here be another. For light map resolution, it would actually be more efficient to do it all at once. So I can have all of this stuff on the side here be kind of fit in this little corner here to give maximum resolution to here as opposed to having a hole. But I want to have I just do two materials. I was gonna say I want to have a different material inside here, so that way it'd be kind of like, you know, kind of like a, well, it's not really going so well. Kind of like a road out here, or maybe you know, something outside here, and inside here would be kind of like reddish wood. And then we'll build up from the holes here. It's been one of those days. Okay. In a good way. In a very good way. Okay. Been doing a lot of errands. So I'm guessing the cathedral. Aesthetically, I want to have something up here, but that's just going to restrict movement of the, once I have it like this. Just be a 1x1. I think it would be a 1x1. Right there. Yeah, let's do that. Dynamic and disabled. So here, we'll have wall come up here, wall come up here, a little bit wall come up here. They'll all meet to a ceiling that will disappear when the people get too close, when the camera gets too close. And that chunk here. So they'll all kind of form into one. So I want to have a front entrance of some sort instead of just being wide open. Say there would be a good idea. And that would restrict movement, because the bishops on all cases can be... and this one can leave out here. Yeah, okay, good. Good. So I still have, both of them still have straight line out. So I'm going to want to remove the roof of this as well. Not sure if we'll need to do it over here though. Because the way they spawn, you can still see. Yeah, I'll change it. I'll probably have it be removed. Even though you can always scroll in, but you know. Okie dokie. Oh, what am I even doing? Okay. So over 3 and so from 2 to 3. 2 to 3 there, okay. So I want to puncture 4 holes into it. And from there I can actually just modify the hole. Let's use booleans for that. Cube. So I'll go to edit mode. Oh wait. What? Object mode. Okay. Add mesh cube. And then we're gonna go into this edit mode here. We're going to duplicate. Okay, object mode. We're then going to modifier boolean, difference object, bingo here, and then apply. Now we're gonna go into edit mode here. We're gonna then hide these. Now we'll have 4 holes. Which are not the 4 holes we want, but that's no big deal. Because that's a small detail. So we're gonna take this one here and move it up to around there. So wait, what? Oh. So we're gonna scale. Edit mode, there we are. Okay, so 16.5. Really? Okay, 20.5. So if this is 16.5. Yeah. I mean, maybe, you know, 3 meters, 6 meters from there. So copy. now we're gonna go in line with this here, then over here, then move back 3 meters. So then gotta move this in line with this here. Move this in line with that there, then move back 3 meters. And now these last two edges, or these last two vertices I can then move in line with this on this axis, and in line with that on that axis. And we're good. I should say we're good as soon as we can make sure we select all the vertices we need. Okay. Almost missed what, Mir, the stream? Sold an N64 and used the money to buy a heatsink. Nice. So now we have... Stream is the most important stream. Thanks, thanks, Mir. Jeez. Jeez. Okay, so now I need to go here and there. Extend it out, then kind of cut it up. And do the same on the other side. Wait, what is that for? So yeah, we're having this be our kind of template here. Headphone cord was want to get a little friendly there. My collar, my collar, the cuff. Is what I call it? Maybe, I don't know. Don't mind Scott, he's just being an idiot. He says about himself. And then... Actually, why don't I even do that? And then from U to U, join, from U to U, join. Okay. Well, create an edge between. We're going to solve these. Because this is going to move that way. Come on. Okay, now I need to be this inner edge In line with that outer edge, okay. Active. There we are. And now, there, and move this back. How much? 3 meters. That's not right. Is it? Okay. What are we doing? There. Then there. Then there. That can't be right. Oh, it auto-saved. Okay. Okay, so yeah, then that would be right. From there to there. Then have these guys here. Start out here, then move 3 meters. Actually, it should be more than 3 meters, right? It should be 6 meters. Yeah, 6 meters. Only 3 meters going down this way. Which will end up working perfectly like that. Okay. And this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 15 meters. Mental math! Always sketchy. Alright. There we are. Excuse me. Seems like such a small area for 2 columns of bishops, or for 2 diagonals of bishops to go through, but it kind of clips on this side, kind of clips on that side, so it does make sense. Now this will be... before we move this, we're just going to move it out of the way for now. We're going to extend these out so I have angles to snap onto for these. Or as I have, yeah, things to snap on for these. That's not where it's actually gonna go, but yeah. Seems so weird, but yeah, that's how it's gonna be. I can cut into two materials just by cutting the mesh, adding extra edges, and then just assigning the faces to different materials, even though it's gonna be a single object for light mapping and whatever. Now we get a curve in. Okay, good. So cut this in half, move forward by 3. Okay. Okay. So do it again. It should be 6 meters from the edge and just need to cut in here too. So where that cut need to be, so 6 meters from that end, okay. Come on. When it comes to 6-pin or CPU fans, 3-pin or 4-pin, I don't usually deal with a lot of this stuff. I think the 4th pin is just for monitoring, if you want to have the BIOS control it. Is that correct? So in that case, it just matter what. It just matter what the heat cooler can do. So ground, 12 volt, sensor, and speed control. I had a problem with that, with the cooler I bought, the Corsair one. So yeah, in terms of preference, I mean, whatever one your CPU and motherboard, CPU fan and motherboard support, right? Okie dokie. So 3 and 3. Again. Oops. Wrong button. And then I snapped it there initially just so I can get a clue of where to go, but yeah, I need to remove these. Because I need to go 3 meters from that point, so I snapped to that point, then I moved it again so I get 3 meters from where it was. Okay. You know what, I'm actually going to have the game be over in this monitor here, so I can see it even though you all can't, but you know. Now I gotta go over 3. There, then move back. So, 5th, 6th, 7th, so we need to go one more. There we are. Go. What? There. Then I'm not with that there. Is that right? So 5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's right. So this is the way we want it to look. I'm just gonna duplicate the same thing on the other side. There. I should make quite a bit of progress in this relatively short amount of time. If I do say so myself. So, 6 meters. There we are. Actually, I should probably double check to make sure it wasn't messed up. There we are. I did it in line from this, but I think they were in line, but I wasn't entirely sure. I figured that'd be half, but just in case. There we are. Right. Move it there, then move it back. So 3 meters. And then there. So. I'll fix that later. The ledger. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then over again. So this is going to go half and cut through. Okay, cool. There we are. And so out, in, so out, in, and out. There. Then it's gonna go. Cool, let me go this way. 6 or 8. Go this way, 8, okay. Then go there, so which one have I been saying? So 4 would be 12. Here we go. And that looks right. Okay. Should turn up this song a little bit. It's kind of good. I gotta work on this. So if you can see over here, this is in line and this is in line. It'd help if you actually did the same thing on both sides, right? Okay. So let's see some notch in. Oh. That's why things weren't working out. Sorry about that. Hey, welcome to the chat. Anyone who's new here, I saved over their base again. Okay. Anyone who's new here, what we're working on is an Unreal Engine 4 game called Check It. Let's save this for now. Actually, that may not work. Oh well. We go to here, main menu, main level. So, here is the first level. Well, one of the levels. There's no order, it's not going to be like a Lunar Ball progression or anything like that. It's a, if anyone knows the reference of Lunar Ball, that's awesome. But yeah, so this is a chessboard, kind of like a virtual space sort of thing. You're kind of like a little holodeck sort of thing. The UI is going to change significantly, but let's try here. Let's do our move. Okay, so I move back, and I can move my pawn left or right back. I can eat on any diagonal, which is different. That's the reason why I had the chess level to begin with. Yeah. The reason is so you can see how things change. And the reason why things change is because some levels are significantly different. This is a level with 3 spawns. That's the one we were working on earlier. I like this song, I gotta turn it down because I'm explaining. So it pulls you towards your spawn. So this is, I set myself to spawn 1, so I'm at the 6 o'clock spawn. There's a 3 o'clock spawn over here. That fights in this way. So everything is symmetric between the 6 and the 3 o'clock spawn diagonally mirrored. So if there is, a friendly piece here, then there's another one here along this axis. Likewise, over here, there is some pieces for gold. So 2 pawns and a rook over here and another rook over here. Same idea, symmetric over here for the other side. So in order for silver or gold to get their pieces, if they're against each other, they have to cross each other's paths, because pawns not so much, but the rooks are very important pieces. Very effective, right? And then over here is the knight. And the idea is that everything goes by king range, so it's my turn right now, so I can move anywhere in this range here. From anywhere to anywhere. That's a valid move, of course. So you move, and there's, pieces moving. As the AI is making its turn, it's kind of dumb, but need to fix it. Let's install developments on stream. I can't really do a whole lot on stream, right? I can't really outsource it to anyone or whatever. But now this is now in range, so I can grab the knight and move it. But I can't grab this one, it's still out of range. So in order for me to get this one, I have to move my king 1 more space over. And now both knights are in range and can move any of these locations. So the idea is that you need to the idea is you need to keep bringing your king with the army, right? In the initial chess pieces, I might, you know, add other pieces later on. I gave it intentionally more possibilities than I'm going to use initially. And all I have to do is just change the content browser mesh, the movement profile, and a couple other variables as I add new ones in. And I can do it for any individual piece too, so I can give a pawn control range if I want to. There probably is no gameplay reason for me to do that. But if I want to for one map, let's say maybe a horde mode map where one side gets like 20 pawns, the other side gets like, you know, a standard number of pieces, but the pawns only get pawns. Maybe I want to do control range for those pawns. It depends on the type of map I want to do. But yeah, so the competitive ones will be 6 o'clock versus 3 o'clock, going around the level trying to pick up pieces to have a bigger army, but a bigger army is also a slower army. So when the confrontation happens, it'll be harder to kill them, but they'll have less control over where the confrontation will happen, because the other team will have, unless they're, you know, getting the pieces themselves, they'll have less time to do it, right? So if they go off in the corner and they're stuck in a you know, series of corridors and have bishops, the bishops aren't going to be very useful because they have to go diagonally, right? So there's a bunch of that kind of strategy. And as I said, there's a third spawn. So if you go down diagonal up here, up to the 1030 position, there's an asymmetric player, which may or may not be introduced in any given level. That's set up by the match, where they have 6 pawns, 2 rooks, 4 knights, 2 kings, and a queen, and a big wide open area that has only one little choke. And you may think that's very imbalanced. However, if the other 2 players, especially if they're on the same team, gather all the pieces in the level, they will have more pieces than the blue spawn, and they will overwhelm them. But if they're fighting against each other and they just cripple each other, or if the blue team send a detachment to go and start picking off stuff around the levels, like maybe they keep one king at home, one king away, and the king just goes and picks off. Let's say they're going for the bishops. Okay, the king picks off a couple rooks, something like that. Or vice versa, they go for the rooks, king picks off bishops. That's possible. They would have to, you know, do that. It's a risk, but it's, you know, that's their goal, that's their choice. And then they'll have an easier choice later. So it's whether they want to just completely bunker down and just block this entrance here and withstand by brute force alone and strategy alone, or if they want to go and make it easier for themselves and pick off stray units that are where the armies aren't, right? That's their choice. So that's kind of the gameplay concept. And we'll experiment with how many units work for what game mode and so forth, but you get the idea. And there's also going to be other game modes eventually too, I plan. So like capture flag's probably going to be one. I'm not exactly sure how that would work in here. If there's any specific goals, like maybe I want to have some units respawn. Like the king can respawn, but it'll spawn back at its own base, or whatever. Leaving the army there without a king. Or something like that. We'll figure out some rule scheme that's fair and fun. And there's also a possibility for siege as well, where the attacker would probably have either respawning or multiple waves of units that they can go and attack into the world with, but the they may only have, let's say, 200 moves to do it in, right? And then they could have like catapults that, you know, knock over like walls or whatever and create new corridors that the defending team has to block against, right? So there is a bunch of those elements that could be in siege or whatever. There's a lot of ways we can take it. For now, I'm just doing battle, and we're going to be launching with a free demo unless a publisher approaches me with battle, and we'll see it goes from there. So that is the gameplay concept. And the only thing that's off-axis is this one weather vane. I'm actually hoping that at some point, at some point I plan on having this rotate freely, and the direction it points will affect the waterfalls and the fountains. So here's the waterfall over here. So if you're new to the stream, this is one of the more elaborate effects here. Kind of feels bad that it's in a place that's kind of bare, and I want to have something here, maybe even here and there as well as decoration. But I'm not going to launch with that. We're going to be doing the cathedral, and that'll be good. And there's also another map as well called King's Court, where it's an 11 by 11 grid, and every 10 full rotations of moves, the map gets smaller, and then if you're on the outer ring, you explode. So the idea is that you want to fight for control of center, because eventually, as long as you continuously keep the center and you never get, forced to trade out and die, you're going to win, because everyone outside is going to explode at some point. So that kind of forces people to go and fight in that direction. So it's more of a gimmick, but hey, if a gimmick's fun for a couple rounds, hey, it's fun for a couple rounds, right? And we're right now working on the ground for here, and we're going to eventually build a cathedral around it. Probably in a kind of a Minecraft style, but, And there's, for some reason, something that Unreal Engine 4 is doing weird. I noticed last time here. It's kind of not drawing correctly. Kind of see some things pop in. And sometimes you can actually even see, like, tiles draw without their aura. I'm not sure why that's working like that, but it's not really much of my concern. You kind of have to make it happen, and it's also an engine issue. I don't think there's anything you can do in the project code that would fix that. So yeah, the idea is you want to take your army up. This is generally a good idea to get the knights, but if you want to rush with your king and queen to have a better chance at the bishops, okay, you can, right? But then you only have a king and a queen, and they'll have a king and queen tonight. So I could see probably one strategy being taking the king and queen and rushing for the rooks, ignoring the bishops, ignoring the knights, and then just camping in the corridors here. That could probably be one thing to do. Hi, welcome Doomed Gunner / Super King Dash. Welcome back. I believe it's been a while since you've been here. So it's probably all new to you. The art style, which we added in probably about 2 months ago. That's the thing with art styles, is that you have all the gameplay mechanics on test builds, and then just you add the assets and it looks completely different, but all the time was in the back end, right? Oh, your laptop charger boats, you had to wait to get a new one? Oh. I'm glad that's all sorted out for you. Like screen space reflections on these things. Waterfall is mesmerizing, yeah, I agree. I do say so myself. The fountain doesn't physically work, but it's in kind of an amusing way, honestly, if you ask me, so. So what we're working on today is the Cathedral decorations. Because we already finished the castle decorations. It's plenty having something more elaborate originally, but I think actually a big courtyard would work here. Thanks, Doomgetter. The panel is going everywhere but the reservoir, exactly. Like, it makes no physical sense, but then again, it's also shooting cubes, so does it even make sense? I don't know. I do need to fix some things with it, but I don't want to do that on stream. I just want to push this out and then get working on it. Seriously. But for us to do that, we have to actually push it out, right? And that means more of this stuff. Okay. Come on. There is what I was trying to click on. Jeez. Then we got notch in like this. That. Three meters. Then here. There. And now we're done. Now we need to figure out how to, or where to make the material cutoffs. So first off, this is up, just making sure. Before you do anything weird, make sure you know which direction is up, right? So we go here, here, cut, here, here, cut. It's gonna have something polygon-y, but nah, let's just do it like that. Why not? Now we're going to mark our seams. We're going to do our light mapping. I can actually remove my movement widget now. Mark seam. Mark seam. Mark seam. So we're going to have all the lighting detail be on the top, because that's the only part we're going to be able to see. So the rest of the light map things we can have underneath. Well. I explained that wrong. We can fit them in the holes. Because they're just going to be shaded black anyway, so I really don't care. Gonna cut them up into little bits because they're all gonna be shaded black anyway. Don't have to worry about seams because they're not able to see light because there's gonna be solid stuff pushed right up against it. Come on, there we are. Jeez, there. So this is up, okay, making sure. Okay. So we're gonna grab all of these. And here we're gonna assign, then we're gonna add a new material channel and just grab this face and this face. And we're going to assign it to, or new, and we'll assign it to there. And that's up. And I didn't actually do the edges as well. Silly me. Scene, cool. Now in here we're gonna have two UV maps. The last one we're gonna call light map. Again, just for ourselves, doesn't actually matter. And we're gonna grab the, well, we're gonna do a triangulate. Modifier here. Then we're going to select the top. Because this is the part that's actually going to get sunlight. Well, light at all, because again, it's not going to be, the rest of stuff's going to be pushed up against, like it's going to push up against a fence, it's going to push up against the wall of the cathedral, etc, etc, etc. So we're then going to do unwrap, and we're going to let it take up as much texture space as possible, and that's good. Let's actually add a slight margin. There's a little bit more margin. Cool. And now we're going to do, up here, select inverse. We're going to do unwrap. And we're going to shrink this way down. Do that. Gotta fit it in here. There we are. She might be a little too much, so we're going to okay, you know, let's do it like that. Why not? So now we have all of this in our light map. There. We're gonna do save as. Check it decoration. Cathedral Road. I know I could have changed my naming scheme and have it be a bit better, but meh. There we are. Object mode. Save. Export FBX. Selected objects only. Contents. Meshes. CrossStreams. Maybe Cathedral Road, why not? Now Epic's gonna, or Unreal Engine's gonna say, hey, wait a minute. Oh. Now, Unreal Engine's gonna say, hey, wait a minute. Import. Sure, why not? And now we should be able to just drop it in. Do a little bit of rotation, I think. And rotate 9 degrees. The wrong 90 degrees. There we are. There we are. It all works. Now let's increase the light map resolution. Let's say 256, and we shall see how much that gives us for light map density. A little bit lower than these, but for that, not too much. And obviously, you don't have much resolution here, but that's okay. Might need to increase it a little bit for, you know, so it would be unique, but. There we are. And now we're going to do materials, CrossStreams, Voxel Road, for a time being. And it just happens to align perfectly. Okay. And now we have one more we can do over here. Which we're going to duplicate. Voxel Road, no, Voxel inside. Which we're just going to change our diffuse to something that looks a bit more wood-like. Want a bit of a redness into the wood. And probably a bit more of a bit more of a shine, and then the metal albedo. We'll see, that's good. And this will be, probably want a bit more red, actually. And we'll build the cathedral around that. We'll have a base that fits these perfectly and goes up a little bit so we can still see over it when the roof goes, but when we'll then have a full building around it that disappears. Hard to explain. Let's try that. It's too bright. So you're looking at keyboards today, cool, Mir. Find any? Came to the conclusion you would not like a mechanical keyboard, why not? Have you tried the either? So the comment was, they don't think they would want a mechanical keyboard because they've been so used to using a membrane dome. So it kind of feels kind of alien. If you are used to membrane dome, okay, that's fine. And if you want to keep using it, it's great. There are some good membrane dome keyboards, especially back in the day when Microsoft made a bunch of good ones. Okay. So I was going to say, if you want to try, you know, if you're able to test them out, two that would feel similar to a membrane keyboard would be Romer G and Cherry MX Brown. But he just said Romer G was kind of a mess, so apparently that didn't work for him. So if you want to keep using membrane, then it's great, right? So from here I need to make this segment here. I'm just gonna have it be a bump, I think. So basically just this, but up a meter. Need to fix the material on these as well. We're getting remarkably close to release. Yeah, so issue with the Romer G was the cost versus how similar it feels, yeah. I mean, you don't have to have a mechanical keyboard. They are really well built keyboards in general, but if you're fine with what you have, it's fine, right? Yeah, I'm not sure why I chose the design aesthetic, but I mean, it's everything besides the weather vane is axis aligned for the voxels, but these weren't. Thought it'd look kind of cool. Not sure if it will. We'll see. Okie dokie. Well, in that case, back to Blender, and we'll create a new object. Or an object, okay, so add mesh cube. Edit mode. doing? I just unhide these. Edit mode here. These go down to here and go up 50 centimeters. Alright, let's actually probably go up even higher than that. Let's go up, actually, I don't know. I don't know how high I was to begin with. There we are. Okay. Okay, there we are. It's one down. This one will be easy. Good, there we are. Done. Alright. It's obviously going a lot quicker than making the holes. You're just tracing in the holes afterwards. Hey, there we are. We're gonna be running up on our end time, but I think I can get this into the game before 11. There we are. Okay. And now, you know, I'm just gonna select all edges at this point. Mark seam. This one's gonna be a little more complicated because these, well, actually, let's go triangulate. Apply, edits. Okay. So now it's gonna be these things here that can be seen. So we'll have to have light map resolution for them. Actually, what am I doing? Do it the easier way, Scott. Select the faces that you can't see, then invert them, and you have faces you can. Now we do unwrap. Cool. Now we're gonna do select inverse, unwrap. We're gonna scale them way down. Okay, let's move it here. And then do that little select all. Trick. There we are. Now we have this here set up correctly. Right. We only need one material channel, so that's fine. And we do need it to be in the light map, UV map. So we'll do a save. Export FBX. Selected objects, yeah. Decoration, Cathedral. Base. Now on Unreal Engine's gonna say, hey, what happened? And I'll say, import. There we are. Once again, we're gonna have to do a negative 90 rotation. Then do a negative 50. So it's a little too high. There we are. Okie dokie. Now we can first off check our light map density. Should be sufficient, but we're gonna double it anyway because, or we'll quadruple it. Because why not? Then we have to make a material for it, which we're going to okay, let's do it here. And that just happens to perfectly work, it seems. And it doesn't line up perfectly, but it's implied that it's just because it fits in a hole, so it actually does work. We're going to actually change the color a little bit. Probably make it a little bit darker. Maybe a little too dark. There we are. If I want, I can actually notch it in. But, oh well. So would it have something to go across, but no. It's good. Okay, so it's now 10:55. From here, what we need to do is we need to add the stuff that built on top of this. That will disappear when you get too close, so that way when you're actually playing and you're trying to see inside the castle, or inside the cathedral, all you'll see is this here. Maybe a couple of decorations as well. But when you're far away and you're looking at, like I say from here, when you're inside that volume, you will see it built up, right? I'll have to do something else for VR, but we'll deal with that bridge when we come to it. I have 5 minutes left, so let's quickly take our time and... Oops. We were in the wrong tab group. Minecraft Cathedral. Oh, thanks. I'm getting a little bit of, you know, wiring, but fits with the music, I guess. I mean, assuming you're watching the same resolution I am, which is not going to be the case. Anyway. Nothing like this. I want it to be a bit more low detail. Ah, this might be something to build off of. Not directly, of course, but yeah. Mir says the last time they wore something like that, a young babe was staring at them. Not sure if you mean like, you know, you're at a mall and someone's like, oh, pinstripe. Or if it was like when you wore it at, like, I don't know, the birth of your niece or something. That might be a bit closer to what I'm looking at. Too low detail. I mean, clearly none of it is going to work for this shape specifically, but it gives me some ideas. Youngest cousin's 25. Okay. Yeah, so we're building up the cathedral, which is our last... I mean, eventually I'm going to want to move these further here and build up the castle a little bit more, but, you know, we'll deal with that when we come to it. I want to ship it. Yeah, so we're thinking of ideas to build up from here upwards. It will disappear when you're in game, so what you'll see is like this when you're too close. But when you get further away, it'll show you the full thing. When am I planning to release this game again? As soon as possible. We've been working on it since 2014. It needs to get out the door, right? If I can get the Cathedral done tomorrow, which I doubt, but if I can, then we might have one more week of coding, and that could be it for the demo. Like, that is... yeah, crap gets real when I do a transition to the webcam and I talk seriously, yeah. Real talk. Kind of like, you know... No. Anyway, but, yeah, so we're getting really close. We are getting really close to release of the proof of concept demo. So we have to do this. We have to do King's Court, which is just like I add C++ functions to make a plate. I'm just gonna have it be a regular old plate that breaks off into chunks, kind of like the waterfall effect. But when the ring disappears, it'll just kind of blow all these, you know, apart, and it'll fall to the ground and then disappear, and that'll be it. So there's that. There's this. There's maybe an escape menu. I'm gonna be replacing the UI anyway, so I'm not sure how much I really want to do. No F words. Other than that, there really isn't anything for the initial release, so I might just release it. So we could be less than a month away, like significantly less than a month away, like maybe a week plus the time it takes to set up the Patreon and get some gameplay demos out there, like videos, because I'm not going to be releasing it like this. That people wouldn't know how to play it. They wouldn't be able to understand the UI to get in. Will it be on Steam? No. Initially, I'm going to put it on itch.io. Unless the publisher approaches me and it's a completely different story. Oh, interesting. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, we're going to put it on itch.io initially, assuming everything goes as planned. Then I'll put that itch.io link on Pete's Perspective, do a news post of being like, hey, here's a game I'm releasing for free, here's some videos how to play it, tell everyone, here's a Patreon, which will take some time to set up as well. Have fun, right? You want to watch me continue to develop it, watch on Twitch, up to this point, or on YouTube as well. Up to this point, everything's been on stream. From this point on, we're going to be doing some stuff off stream, because, for example, the reason I don't have Steam right now is because Steam is NDA. It's hard to do something NDA on stream. Don't disclose it, do everything on stream, kind of opposites, you know, forces, right? And then from there, we also want to probably make a, we will want to make a Linux version, which unfortunately seems to involve building the engine from scratch using Clang. And then testing, although I do have a few Linux fans that wouldn't mind help testing. Yeah, so they're there. And then if we go into VR, if I get money to buy VR gear, or someone commissions VR gear or something like that, then we would want to replace the tiles of CrossStreams, because this is way too many draw calls with chunks of tiles, which means we have to kind of change a lot of the back ends of Check It. But if I'm able to work, you know, a long period of time, dedicate myself to, you know, doing that, and not have to do it in like 2-hour chunks on stream, then it should be, you know, changed pretty quickly. The back end of Check It's not really all that complicated. And I'm not sure if I'm going to end up fixing or replacing most of it, but we'll see. And from there, we go from there, right? So we'll see how it goes. Like, for all I know, I could be like, hey, Oculus, or hey, HTC, you know, for their whatever programs. Hey, so this is a game, I think it would work really well in VR. They may be like, hey, commission you. It's like, okay, sure, right? Or a publisher does that or whatever. Or it could be that I do it on Patreon alone because no one else, like no publisher or company was interested. Okay. And if no one is interested, including Patreon, that might be a sign that it's like good to move on to the next project. I don't know. I want to keep doing a little bit on Check It because I think it does have some legs. But I mean, go with the data if no one cares after you do a launch. That should tell you something, right? So we'll see on that. But yeah, the main reason why it's not on Steam right now is because I need to integrate Steamworks. I want to do everything on stream up to the demo. Something had to give. Steamworks on launch would be one of the things, but we can switch from there. Thanks, Mir. So yeah, that is the concept. Yeah, so it's coming up really quick. We are doing the last asset for the most difficult level to decorate, and there really isn't much besides decorations at this point for the initial release. So we're almost done. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time.